Wow, I can't believe how quick this year has gone. Doesn't seem 2 minutes since you walked in the classroom in September. And I remember about 10 minutes later, I knew you were going to be a really good class. So thank you so much for that. I do remember though, getting a little bit worried about your times tables because you could count in patterns, but you didn't know what they meant. So I was having a little bit of a freak out there, I think, thinking, oh no, we've got to get all these times tables sorted out so you understand what they meant. And I remember looking at your handwriting, some of you was absolutely unreadable, and capital letters was popping out everywhere. But you know what was really good? By the first half term, that was in October, we'd sorted all that out. So all the little bits, we'd all got straight. And then we carried on with the year 3 work, which was fantastic. You made it really easy for me because you were so eager to learn. It is such a shame that we didn't have long enough in the classroom. Being on lockdown really did change the usual school year. And usually at this time of the year, we look at your books, we look at the work, what you did in September, compare it to where you are now. And we usually celebrate the whole year, what we've been doing. And then you go and meet your new teacher and then come back to the class, and then you go again to make another visit. And we do all that. And in school, we call that our transition time. And transition time is what you've missed this year. So, good things about lockdown. There isn't many, is there? But the one thing is that you are actually history in the making, if you like, because I know that you will be asked this when you're older, in decades to come. They will still be talking about it, and even your children, Mum, what was it like? Dad, what were you doing at the time? And that's how important this is in history. So you'll be able to tell them, and I know I will be able to tell hopefully my great grandchildren, if I get any, about lockdown. And I would say it was horrible in a lot of ways, but I do remember the class that I was teaching at the time, and they were brilliant. So again, thank you for that. It's now time for me to say goodbye to you. Just to cheer me up, I think I might need a bar of chocolate afterwards because I'm feeling a little bit sad now, but I know I will see you again. If not next year, definitely before you leave Dunkirk. So it's goodbye to Rowan from me, and you'll be saying goodbye to remarkable Rowan class. Thank you again. Fantastic class you've been. Hope you're going to be exactly the same for Mr. Lees when you get in year 4, to a wonderful, wonderful Wisteria class. Keep that eagerness going. Enjoy year 4. You have got a fantastic teacher there. Look after him like you've looked after me. Hope to see you soon. Bye.
Hi Rowan class, and as you probably know by now, I'm going to be your new teacher next year. So for those people that don't know me, my name is Mr. Lees, and we're going to be Wisteria class when we're in year 4. And the tagline that I have in Wisteria class is working hard, having fun, and feeling good. So this is the work we're going to be doing. In autumn, it's the roaming Romans. In DT, you're going to be building part of a Roman house and a Roman soldier's shield. And then we're going to be learning how to march in battle formations. In springtime, it's pyroclastic Pompeii. Pompeii was a city in Italy that was destroyed by the volcano Vesuvius. We're going to be finding all about that and how volcanoes and earthquakes still affect the modern world. And finally, in summer, the sword in the stone, the Anglo-Saxons and how they lived. So we're going to be finding more about the history of Britain. Let me tell you a little bit more about myself. Well, I was born in a place called Stoke-on-Trent, and it's very famous for making pottery. And there you can see some of the old bottle ovens where they used to make the pottery. And I went to university in a city that you might know, because that city is Nottingham. And after university, I travelled all the way down to the south coast of England. I lived by the seaside in a place called called Brighton. Yes, and I lived there for about 17 years. And then I've come all the way back up again and living back in Nottingham. It was too good to stay away from. Now, here's some of my hobbies. I like getting into the mountains. There's a picture of me in the Scottish mountains in the snow. In the middle, that is in New Zealand. And on the right-hand side, that's when I climbed the highest mountain in Romania. Not only do I like mountaineering, but I like running too. And in the middle there, that's me running in the Nottingham Half Marathon. Now, I'm setting you a little task to do. I've told you a little bit about me. I want to find out more about you. So here's a little project for you. Can you write 5 things about you? It could be anything that you want, and you can present it in any way you want. And I'm going to tell you 5 things about me. Well, I've already told you that hiking in the mountains is my hobby. I've also told you that Brighton is a city by the seaside where I used to live. I've told you that I also enjoy long distance running. So let's think of some new things to tell you. Well, I really like science lessons because they help me understand how the world works. And finally, Star Wars is my favorite film because it's a great adventure. So those are just 5 things about me. So I want you to share 5 things about you. And as I said, you can do it in any way you want. You can draw pictures, you can take photographs, you can do it on the computer, you can do it as a letter, you could do it as a poster. And when you finish your piece of work, send it to me using the Rowan email, and I'll get to know you a little bit before you start school in September. Okay, so I'm really looking forward to next year and our time in Wisteria class. So have a great summer holiday now, and I will see you back in September. See you then. Take care.